Slight different setting today as usual. I'm actually visiting my mum in sunny Essex. Yeah, I'm in going out for a curry tonight as well, which I'm quite looking forward to. We've had an update from ex-WHU employee on the West Ham Way Patreon, which usually provides, of course, sort of transfer updates and where we are with certain things. There's going to be a few more bits I'll do in terms of videos to come on off of the back of that. But the big story is Jonathan David. Yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up with this one. I really don't. I'm still not sure, purely because of the magnitude of the player and the interest has been in trying to sign him from other clubs. You know, the clubs that are interested or reported to be interested. I feel like it's just made the likelihood of West Ham actually signing the player unlikely. But do you know what? It feels like it's going in our direction at the moment. It really does. I know I'm not suggesting that it's definitely going to happen, but there's certainly a chance. I would certainly say that now. I think there is a chance, a reasonable chance, that West Ham will sign Jonathan David this summer. It's still, as I say, I'm not going to get carried away with it, but the update is positive. So what it is that we understand that the club have held talks with the player. We know that his representatives have been to games. I think to the Newcastle game. We understand that Graham Potter's had a couple of meetings as well. Jonathan David and his team are said to be very, very impressed with Potter, plans for next season. And that's great. That's really good to hear. And I think it's good from a West Ham fan perspective as well, because let's be honest, things haven't been great this season. Well, understatement. Things have been terrible this season, let's be honest. And things haven't been great of late. You know, there's a discontent, especially after that Wolves performance. Everything's feeling really flat. So I bloody hope Jonathan David when watching that. But I like the fact that the conversations with regards next season, that's getting players like Jonathan David interested in signing for West Ham. Obviously, there's more to it than just interest in terms of the footballing side of it. But I would say, as far as we understand it, Jonathan David's really keen to make sure that he goes to the right club in terms of his progression and that him being the main man. He wants to be the first choice striker. We also know that Graham Potter's made this his number one target. He really, really wants him to be striker for next season. So West Ham are trying to get a deal done now. As far as we understand it, the proposal that West Ham put forward is lucrative. It's seen as a strong proposal. I think the player's looking at a £15 million signing on fee. I think £10 million for agents. And I think then he would be the top earning player at the football club. I don't know exactly on the wages, but apparently they're very interested in the deal, like it, and to make it more interesting is that West Ham are likely now to go in with a second offer in terms of are going to up it. So the developments, it seems, and this isn't just from X, this is from everybody else, is that Barcelona have pulled out. That they were considered the number one destination for him to go. The most likely place he would end up going was to Barcelona. Now Barcelona have pulled out of it. I don't think Barcelona have the finances to do the deal. I know they're a massive football club, but I think we saw this last year with Todibo. If you remember, that was a little bit like that. We were up against Juventus, we're up against Man United, we're up against a few other clubs, and it was considered, well, West Ham are unlikely to get this player. I think the riches of the Premier League just make us so strong financially when we go against the likes of other European clubs like Juventus, your Barcelona. As I say, Barcelona are a massive club, but apparently their attention's shifting. So it might not be that they can put a proposal that's going to be able to match West Ham. So I think West Ham, again, are going in to get us more of a chance of landing him. I think it's really good news. It's quite exciting, isn't it? Let's be honest. It does feel like there's a bit more to this now than just the fact that we're interested and we put a proposal forward, but we were up against all these big clubs. We understand that Arsenal have also pulled out, not interested now. They're going to move on to other targets. Obviously, Isak, I think Arsenal are keen on, and I think linked with other players as well, but apparently they're not in for David. I believe the Milan clubs are still keen, AC Milan being the main one, but again, obviously they can offer European football. But as I say, it's very well, reported now from X, it's reported from others as well, that Jonathan David really is keen and on what West Ham proposed. He's very impressed with what Potter had to say and is seriously weighing up a move, this proposal. So West Ham are in for a chance to get in Jonathan David. As I say, I'm not going to hold my breath, but I'm certainly feeling more confident. I'm feeling a little bit more confident. Also off the back of that as well, it's is Angel Gomes. So Angel Gomes, apparently we're now going to go back in for, going to reignite talks and to try and get a deal done there. Again, just like Jonathan David, he's out of contract, so we've got to put together a proposal that can be interested to him. I believe his preferred destination was Tottenham. I thought that's always been the kind of report that was where he wanted to go. Again, I don't know whether they're going to be able to do that. I'm not sure what their strategies are in terms of players they want to bring in. Of course, Tottenham's things a bit up in the air at Spurs, isn't it? Because they don't know what's going on with their manager. Let's be honest, it's likely he's not going to be there, so that could hamper their plans because they've obviously attention's going to be bringing a new manager. And that's of course if they do get rid of Postecoglou, but my gut feeling is it probably will. I would say that's most likely scenario. So again, I think that plays into West Ham's hands as well in terms of Gomes, and as well, and this is just my kind of speculation as well. If West Ham are to get a deal with Jonathan David, let's just say we do win that race, and he does say, look, that's where I want to go, and he's going to put pen to paper. I think it helps our chances with Gomes. Obviously, he plays with him at Lille. It gives him that sort of confidence. Well, if he's going to go there, well, maybe I'll have a bit of that. Obviously, they play together now. So, look, as I say, it's still early. We've still got a long way to go over the season, painfully, but it certainly feels like there's a bit of confidence growing here, and I'm pretty pleased with it. Really, really pleased. Also, a bit of an injury update. So Mohamed Kudus picked up an injury while he was away for Ghana. He hasn't trained. He has trained since then. Now he's doing light trains. Has received Graham Potter said, but that's why he missed the game, and it was the same for Todibo. He was ill, so that was the reason they missed. But we understand they're both going to be available to play against Bournemouth on Saturday, so that's a big boost. So that's where we are at the moment. I'll just say I'll have some more bits and pieces come from the X stuff at the moment. As I say, I'm away at the moment, so I can't really do the usual kind of videos and a bit more detail. I just wanted to sort of talk about Jonathan David because I do feel like this is one that's it's picking up pace. I can't believe I'm saying it. It's weird to say that we're actually possibly now considered, I wouldn't favourites maybe, or certainly up there. We're certainly considered one of them. So look, we haven't got him, and it may not happen, but I feel like West Ham are certainly within a shout. But there'll be more videos tomorrow. And of course, over the weekend, we've got the preview tomorrow coming for the Bournemouth game, etc. But anything news coming out from X, obviously, I'll put more videos up on that. But look, until then, have a good one and come on your ones.